Guys, it's Mez and welcome to another video. Yes, it's been a while since I've uploaded, but life took over. We're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again today, and this show is really good. And seeing the Netflix show, I was so hyped for it and so bummed that it got cancelled. But I'm glad it's back and I'm glad I'm going to talk about it. Today we're going to be talking about my thoughts and predictions that's going to be for the rest of the season. I am going to be making a whole season review and my thoughts on the season when all the episodes are out. Before I get into my predictions, I just want to do a quick little segment of saying how good the Netflix show was. It's probably one of my favourite shows that I've ever watched. And going into it, I was like, oh, will they set the bar high like they did in the Netflix show? Will it still have that dark and grittiness? Will it still have that amazing one-shots? But all as that will yet to be revealed. But the earlier episode shows very good promise. Note is that this takes place after episodes 1 and 2. If you've not seen episode 1 and 2, please don't watch this video and continue this off. Episode 1, we meet a character called B.B. Urich, yes, and the name sounds familiar. I think of Ben Urich, and he was a renowned reporter who helped in the Union Allied case in season 1 of the original Netflix show, and he basically met his demise by Wilson Fisk. I think what happened is she will be a pivotal role in unveiling the truth about what happened with Ben, and Ben is later revealed to be her uncle. She's going to have a very key role in exposing him. Maybe she's going to find out the information of how her uncle died, maybe through Karen, Vanessa, or just her own really digging. So I think that's going to be a very key role in breaking Wilson Fisk further because we know he's like an egg, so slowly and slowly his cracks are showing and eventually it will become to a breaking point. In episode 2 we meet Hector, and Hector is the White Tiger, so we're going to be continuing his case as Matt is choosing to represent him. At the end of episode 2, when Matt had that epic fight scene, we see the police officers have like a hand tattoo underneath of the Punisher, which brings me to thinking, will Matt and Punisher be working together in this case? Will Punisher be helping him to sort of find these cops? I think we're going to see a power struggle between Vanessa and Fisk. Eventually we know that Fisk will come back as the Kingpin. Vanessa at the moment has taken over his crime business, but it's just a matter of when will this tension come to a breaking point. What if a tragic event happened to Vanessa and that will cause Fisk to break even more? That is another thought that I had in the back of my mind as well. Maybe she's killed by the vigilante Muse. So Muse is basically a vigilante who paints canvases around New York with people's blood. You can see loads of canvases around in the trailers that showed, so pretty sure Muse has something to do with that. It's very likely that the stranger that met Heather in the book signing is the guy who's going to be playing Muse. Going back to the point of the Punisher, how will he impact Matt's decision on coming back? Implied in the original Daredevil series that he finds out about Matt's secret as him being dead. There were 2 instances where Matt's glasses were being mentioned. One was in the beginning of episode 1 where Karen made a joke about the glasses saying, are you going to get a new one? Second time is when we see Matt's glasses being broken after the fight. Now as you can tell, there is a crack in his glasses. I think this is another symbolism by the writers to show that Matt's glasses is broken, meaning that he's going to be reborn, he's going to come back as Daredevil. See Karen giving Matt a piece of his mask, that's also another indication just to show that he's eventually coming back as Daredevil. So now we get to the part of the video where I just ask my sort of questions. Feel free to leave your answers or predictions in the comments as well. I'm quite interested to see what you guys think. So firstly, how is Matt's and Heather's relationship going to be affected with Matt's eventual return as Daredevil? It's going to be Karen's path now. Now we see her departing in episode 2. How will she come back? What's her role in this? And how will she impact Matt's return? Will we perhaps see the return of Matt's mother, Maggie Smith? We also know that Bullseye is going to be more in the series, so how will he impact the series and when will he be back? Now we get to a very interesting topic about Foggy. Now we saw in the beginning of episode 1 that he died. This death was very tough to take in and it was very emotional and so sudden. I couldn't really wrap my finger around it, and I don't think I'm fully convinced that he's dead. Now hear me out. There is a comic book story, chapter 468. This number is very important. See Karen Foggy walking down the street of New York, we see a sign which says 468. In this very comic book story, Foggy Nelson faked his own death. Foggy made a deal with the FBI to enter a witness protection as a persona called Everett Williams. However, Matt believed he was dead. was actually in prison in this time, and he got out with the help of Punisher, and due to the evidence, he became exonerated. Here's the interesting part. In this comic book story, Foggy was killed by Vanessa Fisk. And I think, okay, this is a bit weird. How does this relate to Daredevil Born Again? I think the writers took this comic book story and did its own spin to it. The most important point to take from this comic book story is that Foggy faked his own death. I think we were given really enough time to actually process his death. And I feel like the writers sort of made that bold step to portray Matt's story, portray everyone else's story. But I still think he's coming back. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with what I said? Do you guys agree that Foggy may be still alive? Do you guys agree with the other points that I made earlier in the video? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Appreciate the like. Please sub if you guys are new, and I'll see you in the next one.